welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a little while since my last video, so I apologize for that. I had some life stuff going on, like planning my wedding, getting married, and the honeymoon, but I'm back and I'm really excited to be talking about this new product by Neomag called the ALIAS. Before I get started with my review, I just wanted to mention that Mac and I will be doing a Q&A all about the wedding. For those of you who are interested, you can leave your questions in the comments below. I'm also going to leave a question box on my Instagram for those of you who follow me there. So leave us a question and we'll try to get through as many as we can in an upcoming Q&A. If you've seen my other videos before, you've probably heard me talk about Neomag. Their original product is this right here. It's a holster clip with a magnet that's designed to sit in your pocket, and the magnet sticks to your magazine so you can carry extra rounds in your magazine in your pocket without your magazine getting turned around or you losing it or anything like that. It keeps it really secure. And then when you need to draw the magazine, it just comes right out of the clip and the clip stays in your pocket. So this has been one of my favorite products. Ever since I started carrying a gun, I've been talking about this thing. I love it so much, and it's just a really great company. They're based out of Ohio. Everything's made in the US. And so this is one of my favorite products just because of how well it works and how sturdy it is. I just love Neomag as a company as well. So they came out with a new product called the ALIAS, and they asked if I wanted one so that I could do a review on it and tell you guys all about it if I like it. So they sent me an ALIAS, and I'm going to talk to you about that today. If you guys are interested in any Neomag products, I do have a 10% discount code that's EQUIPS. So you can type that in when you're checking out and you'll get 10% off your order. So if you want a Neomag or you like the ALIAS after you hear me talk about it, you can go on their website and type in that code and save a little bit of money. The guys at Neomag, Dusty and Greg, also made a series of these funny videos that talk about the ALIAS and show how it works, but it's kind of like they kind of made it like a spoof of an action movie. So if you want to check those out, I'll link their videos below. The ALIAS is a holster attachment system for your belt holster. So when I got my kit in the mail, it came with this bottom mount clip for my holster. If you have a holster where the clip mounts to the top like this, you would order the top mount holster clip. But this is the bottom mount holster clip because I wanted it for this holster and it mounts on the bottom. It also came with this mount. It says ALIAS on it. And this is what attaches to your belt. I'll show you how that works. When I got it in the mail, it came with these little parts and I wasn't really sure what to do with it, so I had to watch some videos that they have on their YouTube channel that are really helpful, that show you how to install everything and how it all works. So if you get confused as you're putting yours together, their videos are really helpful. So basically how this works is this mount goes on your belt, and then the holster clip goes into the top. So you can see here at the top of the mount there's a slot, and that's where the top of this clip fits in. So you just slip it right into that slot and you can hear it click in there. So now it's not coming out. So imagine your belt here and your holster is attached to this. If you want to take your holster off, there's a button here, and all you do is you have to press that and you can slide it right off. Other than the belt bracket, you can get a hard mount, which is this. And you can basically screw this into a wall or your car or anywhere you'd want to mount your holster. You can put one under your desk, and this also allows you to clip that holster in place. It has a slot at the top and you just clip it in there. Now it's not coming out until you want it to come out, which is when you press that little button on the side, and you can slip it right out. So you have the option of getting the belt brackets and also these hard mounts that you can put in your car, under your desk, on the side of your desk, next to your bed, whatever you want. I say next to your bed, but be mindful of your state's laws in terms of storage, because in some states like Massachusetts, if you're sleeping, you need to have your gun locked up somewhere, because technically while you're sleeping, the gun is not under your direct control. So just be aware of your state's laws, and that's just a little side note. I don't want you guys getting into trouble. So let's throw this on a belt and I'll show you how it works. I just want to make a little note to any jean manufacturers out there. These are not belt loops. I love these jeans, but nothing fits in there. I can't fit my belt in there. I was gonna wear these in today's video and I couldn't because the belt loops are pretty much useless. But anyway, this is designed to fit onto any 1.5-inch concealed carry belt. So you want something that's rugged, and I used it on one of my nylon belts, but they're a little too thin and flimsy. So I have this brown leather belt. If you have a black belt you like to use for your concealed carry, that's gonna work even better because the clip will hide even better. Now, any of my longtime viewers will know that I don't like to carry with a belt. Usually, it's not my preferred method of carry, just because I feel like belts cut me off in a weird spot on my body. I have a short torso and they just don't feel right to me. So I don't normally wear them, but I know that a lot of you guys do. So this holster system might work really well for a lot of you. The way this works is you figure out where your holster is gonna be positioned on your body. I usually carry appendix, so mine would be about here. So I can see where that clip needs to go. I need to put it right here. So I'm gonna take my belt off, and you want the slot to be up. So then I slip my belt through the belt mount. You can see it fits perfectly. It's kind of even hard to slide it down, which is a good thing because you don't want it moving around, but it's on there really good. You can also tighten it. There are little screws on the back, so you can tighten the top and bottom and make it even more snug, but this is fitting pretty well on my belt. So I've got the mount right there. Now I'm gonna slip it through my belt loop. Okay, I like to put my belt buckle on the side a little bit. Okay, so now I take my holster, put it into my waistband, and then the clip goes into that slot. Then you can hear it click in there. So now it's not moving. So then I take my gun. I'm just using a plastic replica of my M&P shield for demonstration purposes, and put it in the holster. So you heard it click in there. That holster is not coming out. It doesn't wobble. It's in there really good. So if I wanted to take this holster off now, all I have to do is press a button on the side of the ALIAS, and the holster comes out, and the clip stays on my belt. And then if I wanted to, if you want to sit in the car and you don't want your holster on your body, you can mount the hard mount in your car, put it in your car, and then when you're gonna put it back on your body, you just press that button, take it off, put it back in your waistline, and you're good to go again. This is really rugged, the whole system. It's made of aluminum and steel, so it's super strong. Sometimes these plastic clips on other types of holsters can warp and bend and maybe move around more. This is not moving. It's on there so good, and your holster is not gonna come out. I went to a class in Ohio with active self-protection. I was using this holster by Crossbreed Holsters, and this clip just kept moving around, and it was such a problem for me. With something like this, it's not gonna wobble. You don't get that wobble. Plastic clips just have more flex, but this aluminum and steel system has no flex. And based on how long the Neomag itself has lasted me, which is made of similar materials, this is gonna last a long time and be really reliable. I've never had any issues with my Neomag falling apart or anything, and I've had this for maybe 4 or 5 years, probably 5 years. This was the first one I bought. I now have 3 of them, but this was the first one, and it's still in really good shape, really sturdy, really reliable. So I love that you can take off the holster without having to remove your belt. Or take the gun out of the holster. You can just take the whole thing off, and you can use these hard mounts to mount it on the side of your desk or inside your car or wherever you want to mount it. This has such a slim profile with the clip and the mount for your belt that it's just much less noticeable than having like a big bulky clip like that on your belt. So if you're concealed carrying and you're carrying like this, maybe you tucked in a shirt, all that's gonna show are these black pieces up here. And if you're wearing a black belt, you can imagine that's even better. Whereas if you have something like this, that's much more noticeable, and someone might notice that you have a holster on, and maybe you don't want them to. I've had a lot of you ask me what to do with a gun when you're in the car, and I like to have my gun on my body. But if you're the type of person that likes to take your gun off and mount it somewhere in your car because that's just what you like, I really like this option because, for one, you don't have to take your gun out of the holster, which is just a recipe for disaster. That's just, you don't want to take your gun out of the holster if you don't have to. So I love that you can just mount this in your car. If you get in a car accident or something like that and this is mounted in your car, I don't foresee your holster and your gun coming out of this thing. It's sturdy. So that's another thing to think about. If you take your gun off in your car and put it somewhere or mount it onto something really loose, then if you get into an accident, you have to think about where that gun's gonna go and where it's gonna end up. Now, if you do decide to get one of these, you should be aware that it only works for one holster. So if you have 2 or 3 holsters that you like to use, you can get just one of these belt brackets, but you're gonna need to get multiple clips for each holster. And the clips are $12.99 right now, so they're not super expensive, and it would be a good investment if this is the way you like to carry, because you just need one belt clip and however many mounts you want to get for wherever you want to put these mounts, and then you just need a clip for each holster. So that's something to be mindful of. You probably wouldn't want to be taking this off and installing it on every holster you want to wear whenever you change up your holsters. So that can be something that you might not like because it's gonna add a little bit of cost there, but just something to be aware of. Obviously, you can only wear these with a belt, and I don't normally carry in a belt. Occasionally, I do wear belts. It's very rare, but sometimes it happens because sometimes they do look cute. So if I was wearing an outfit like this, and I had my gun in the ALIAS, I could put something like a blanket scarf over me. If you watched my fall concealed carry outfits video, I showed this exact blanket scarf because I love it so much. This pattern and how big and bulky it is just makes for great concealment. So this is something I would actually wear, and this ALIAS would work really well for that. So they have different bundles that you can order off their website. They have the 2-piece bundle and the 3-piece bundle. So the 2-piece bundle is going to come with your clip. You would select if it's a top mount or bottom mount, and then you also get the belt mount. So that's the 2-piece bundle right there. If you want the 3-piece bundle, that will include a hard mount, which you can mount somewhere else like your car. You can also order a hardware kit off their website, which I recommend if you don't have like extra screws and stuff for holsters lying around. I needed longer screws for this to work. I actually had longer screws available, so I didn't need to order the hardware kit, but if you don't have all those different sizes of screws, you might need different sizes. So the hardware kit might be something that you need to order in order to make this work. I used this last week just to test it out for you guys a few days as I was running errands and stuff. It worked really great. Didn't move at all. This thing is so sturdy, and you can feel how well these are made. Check it out if you want to, if this seems like something that would make your life and concealment a little bit easier. Don't forget I have a 10% off code. I'll link that below so that you can get a discount if you decide to order an ALIAS. And if you don't have one of these Neomags, definitely check those out too. I'll link a video review I did of that up above here so you can check that out. Oh, also, I just wanted to mention how cool their packaging is. When you order something from them, they give you a cardboard box that it comes in, but you can open it up and it actually becomes like a range target that you can use at the range. I just think that's really cool. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Go check out the videos that Neomag has put out about the ALIAS. They're really helpful and also really funny, so check them out. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Bye!